10-6, 10-7, arc length and sector area. Circumference. Circumference is distance around the circle. Formula for circumference is 2 pi r. R stands for radius, or pi times the diameter. Diameter is 2 times r. That's why you have 2r here. So when you find a circumference of circle, the radius is 3, so you can put it in 2 pi r, put 3 into r, or you can use diameter, which is 2 times r, so the diameter will be 336, so you can do pi times diameter. Here you have c equals 2 pi r, and 2 times 3 is 6 pi. 6 pi is 18.85 centimeters. When you do 6 pi, do not do 6 times 3.14 because pi is longer than 3.14. It is a irrational number. So what you want to do is, from now on, I want you to use 6 pi. Use the pi key on your graphing calculator. Let me show you that on Desmos calculator. Here is the Desmos calculator. When you do 6 times pi, just press 6, and there's a pi sign here. Press that, and it gives you a decimal irrational number. So just round. We round it to hundredths place, which is 18.85. Now, if I just do 6 times 3.14, I do not get 18.85 because the pi has been rounded to 3.14. But pi is not 3.14. It's actually longer than that. So from now on, let's just use this pi symbol. So instead of this, just write 6 pi on your calculator and then use this whole thing and round from here to be more accurate. Okay? Because pi is irrational number. Let's continue. So the area of this, circumference of this circle, this is around the circle, is 18.85. Now we're going to do new formula today, which you have to remember. We're going to find arc length. Arc length is the distance around the arc right here. This is an arc. We want to find the distance around here. When we do that, we use proportions. First proportion is measurable central angle, which is angle here, over 360, because circle has 360, equals arc length over circumference. Circumference is 2 pi r, right? So the first ratio is central angle over 360 equals arc, which is this length, which is part of a circumference. So this arc length over 2 pi r. So M stands for measurable central angle. L stands for arc length. We need to find arc length, L. So here's an example. They're going to give you angle 72, which is a measurable central angle out of 360, because circle is 360. So my first ratio is 72 over 360 equals, we don't know L, we're looking for L, but we know circumference because we have radius. They're going to give you radius, which is 2 pi r. So 2 times 2 is 4, because 4 is the diameter, times pi. So if I do that, what you're going to do is write 4 pi. So you're not going to actually solve this, just leave it as 4 pi. And what I want you to do is solve for L by cross multiplying 72 times 4 pi, which is 72 times 4 is 288 pi, equals 360 L. we're solving for L. So you're going to divide each side by 360, and then you isolate the L. And then you're going to do 288 divided by 360. So let me show you that on the decimals calculator. 288 divided by 360 gives me 0.8. So right here you have 0.8 pi. So what I want you to do is go back to the calculator. 0.8, press pi after that, and it gives you 2.51 irrational number. So instead of multiplying by 3.14, I want you to use pi from now on after, and then just round to the nearest hundredths place, which is 2.51. So right here we have 2.51 centimeters. So this right here is 2.51 centimeter. So basically, you have to use this ratio. The ratio is angle, the measurable angle, central angle, which is in the middle, out of 360, L, which is arc length, over circumference. So L is what you're looking for, this arc length. You're gonna be given the area, angle. You have to write out of 360, and 2 pi r is what you have to find. They're going to give you radius or diameter, and then just use 2 pi r to do that. So that's what you need to do. Cross multiply and solve for L. And that is the length of this arc, okay? And at the end, keep the pi and just use the number and press pi. So you can round accurately, okay? So let's look at the another thing. Area of a circle. Area of a circle is the number of unit squares that can fit into a circle. Formula for area of a circle is area is pi r squared. So for example, if you have circle with the radius 3, you're going to do pi r squared, which is 3 squared, which is 9. So you're going to press 9 pi, which is 28.27 square centimeters. So we're going to look at area of a sector. Area of a sector is the area of a section of the circle. So right here, area of a sector means you want to find area of this whole thing right here. ABC, this yellow area. So this is the formula for area of a circle, a sector of a circle. Same thing as the other one. You're going to find they're going to give you the central angle, which is 65 out of 360. And then you're going to find the area of this out of the whole circle. So the ratio is this angle out of 360, which is first ratio. Put the equal sign. And the area of the whole circle, which is what we're looking for, is the A. They're going to give you M. And then pi r squared is the whole area. How do you find that? You use pi r squared, use the radius here. So you look at this circle. We want to find this blue area. This area is called sector. This is called sector. Section of a circle is called sector. So the ratio is 65 out of 360, that's your first ratio, equals area of the sector, which is A, over the whole area of a circle, which is 9 pi, because 3 pi r squared, 3 squared is 9, and leave pi as is, like that, okay? Now we're going to cross multiply and divide. 65 times 9 pi is 585 pi. 360 times A, which is what we're looking for, area of the sector, is 360A. If I want to solve for A, you divide each side by 360. So 585 divided by 360 is 1.625 pi. So you gotta press 1.625 pi on the calculator. It will give you 5.11. And let me show you that on the decimals. On the decimals calculator, you can X out and clear. And then you're going to do 585 divided by 360, which gives you 1.625. Go to the next thing, 1.625, and then hit pi. And it gives you 5.105, just round to the 5.11. Okay? So the answer for this is 5.11 centimeter. That is the area of this sector. Okay, so very similar. The first part of the ratio is same. For arc length, you just do length over circle. So L over 2 pi r. So this is the length and the circumference. For the area, you keep the same first part, measure angle over 360. You go to the area of the sector, which is what we're looking for, over area of the whole circle. That's the ratio you're going to use. So I want to clarify one thing. If I say to give me the answer in terms of pi, that means I want to see the pi symbol. Okay, so you're going to put the pi symbol. You're not going to multiply pi by the answer. So it's going to be like 3 pi or 15 pi in terms of pi. But if I tell you to round to whatever, that means you will round your answer at the end and you will use the pi button when you are doing your calculation. So you're not using 3.14 to multiply. You're going to put the number and press pi, like I showed you on the Desmos calculator. At this point, I want you to go to that worksheet that is attached to these notes, and I want us to do the first problem together. So this is the worksheet. In each example, calculate the arc length and the sector area in terms of pi, meaning the pi symbol should still be a part of your answer. Okay? So let's do this. Look at this circle. The measurable central arc is angle is 71 degrees. The radius is 15. So we're going to find two things for each circle. Arc length, please write that. Sector area. So we're going to write the ratio. So the first ratio is 71 over 360. Same thing for sector area. 71 over 360 equals arc length, which is L, over 30 pi, which means 15 times 2 is 30, the diameter, times pi, which is circumference. The second ratio will be area, which is the sector area, this shaded area, over area of this whole circle, which is 15 times 15, which is 225 pi. Now, we're going to solve for L, for this arc length. We're going to find this arc length. And then we're going to solve for A, which is the area of this arc. So what we're going to do is we're going to solve it by cross multiply. So 71 times 30 is 2130 pi, because pi is still there. 360L. Divide each side by 360. So 2130 divided by 360 is 5.92 pi. And then the question told you to just leave it in terms of pi, which means you don't need to multiply this number by pi. Just leave it in terms of pi. So all you have to do is write 5.92 pi. That is the length of this arc. The sector area, same thing. Cross multiply. 15975 pi. 360. Divide this by 360 is 44.38. Just leave in terms of pi. So that is the area of this. When you leave your answer in terms of pi, you just do not multiply or do not do anything. Just put this answer and then put the pi. So that is the area of this sector. Everybody try number 2. I want the area, arc length, and sector area. So do the same thing over